Boom shakalaka. Okay guys, in this week's video we're talking about the key lock button on DJ decks. What exactly does key lock do? When would you use it? Do you turn it on? Do you turn it off? Don't worry, I'm going to answer all those questions now. Let's do it. Hey guys, okay, let's talk about this key lock button. The key lock button can be found on my DJ decks, which are the DDJ SX2, up just to the top right of the disc. So here it is, you can see key lock, tempo reset, and of course it's the same over the other side. So in a nutshell, just to explain to you exactly what this does. As you can see on your DJ decks, there's a tempo slider here where you can slow the tempo down or speed the tempo up. Basically slow the song down or speed the song up a little bit. Now with audio, when you tend to slow a song down, it can typically sound lower. Almost like if I was just speaking to you now and I started speaking slower, I would automatically just drop my pitch of my voice, because that's just kind of like what happens with audio. In the same way, if I was to speed up my voice really quickly like this, I would speak like a mouse, because when you speed audio up, everybody knows it just sounds really quick and it sounds really high pitched. It's basically exactly what happens. Now obviously this probably came from a time when everything was done on tape, but these days everything's electronic. So this effect is just kind of put in. Now, rather than me playing a song and demonstrating this to you, I've just got a regular tone that I'm just going to play. So the tone just by itself sounds a bit like this. And watch what happens when I slow the tempo down or speed it up. Listen to the tone and notice what happens to that pitch. Now the reason I've used a tone there is because if I'm playing a song that's got loads of stuff going on with drums and synths and vocals, it's slightly harder to hear the song pitching up or pitching down. But when you're listening to just a static tone, it's much easier to hear it pitching. So that's what happens when you don't have key lock on. When you have key lock on though, it keeps it exactly the same when you pitch it down or up. And just to demonstrate this to you better so you can actually hear this speeding up or slowing down, I've created another track here which is the same tone except it's got a drum beat to it. So I've put it on, you can hear it sounds like this. If I pitch it down, notice the tempo slows down. And notice if I pitch it up, the tempo goes up, but the pitch will stay the same. And again, if I take key lock off and do it, you'll hear it slows down, but the pitch alters. The other thing this button does is if you've got the song really slow and you want to just snap it back to the regular tempo and the original key, you can just, wherever it is on the tempo slider, hit tempo reset by just pressing that same button on, and it'll snap back to the original speed and the original key. So watch. So it'll just snap back to the original key. So basically it does the same thing. As soon as you put that button on, the pitch gets locked. So now you know exactly what that button does. The question is, when should you use it and what is the relevance of it? Well, in my opinion, you should just always have it on. You want to just always keep your songs locked to their original key or their original pitch. All you really need to know as a DJ is all songs are written in certain keys, like C major, D minor. It doesn't even really matter. You don't have to fully understand this stuff. All you need to understand is that certain songs will blend well together, and certain songs in certain keys will clash with each other. If you want to know more about this, I've done a full video on mixing in key. If you click this link here, it'll take you there and you can learn all about why it's important to mix in key. However, for the remainder of this video, I just want to give you a really quick demonstration of why it is important to keep the key of your song locked. If you come over to Serato, you'll see there's the key here written 7A, 7A, 2A down here, which will give you the key of the song. And you always want to have an idea of what key the song is written in. If you change the pitch of the song, it will change the key. And in doing that, you no longer know what key your song is in. It'll be impossible to tell. And here's the thing, I'm going to give you a quick example now of two songs in clashing keys so you can really clearly hear how it might sound if you start messing around with pitches and you don't know what pitch your song is in or what key your song is in. So on track A, I've got that tone and I've got a beat and it's in the key of D. And over on track B, I've got a key, exactly the same track, but the tone is in D sharp. They sound really similar, but the thing about these two notes or these two keys is they completely clash. And I'm just going to play them right on top of each other so you can hear how horrible it sounds when you've got two keys that are clashing. That's D sharp, that's D. It just sounds horrible when keys clash. So in a nutshell, guys, you basically want to just keep that button on at all times so you can just have a good idea of what key the two tracks are and you know what will blend well with each other and what won't really work well with each other. As soon as you start messing around with pitch and tempo, you won't know what key the song is and it'll become complete guesswork for you. Before I go, guys, I wanted to just say there's probably one time where you could potentially play around with pitching up a song, and that is if you were creating your own custom build. I wouldn't really recommend this, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. So one thing you can do to create a custom build is put a loop on and shorten the loop, which sounds a bit like this. Okay, so that kind of creates that kind of... Now, if you really wanted to make that sound a little bit better, you can begin to add a little bit of pitch gain to it. So let's do it again, and I'll add a bit of pitch to it this time. Make sure the key lock is off. You see, adding the pitch gain created a kind of rise in tension. And then the other thing you could potentially do is add a little bit of reverb as well. So let's kind of do all of them at the same time. So you see, you create that tension by adding repetition, doing a pitch bend at the same time, and adding a bit of reverb. And the pitch bend helps to add to that rise in tension. That is the only time I think you'd ever want to take the key lock off. And it's not really something I would suggest, and it's certainly not something I would really do live. So I wouldn't ever really recommend using it, but I did want to show you that one thing. So there we go, guys, that's the end of my video. I hope it's been insightful, and I hope you now know exactly why it's important to just keep key lock on at all points. If you liked the video, make sure you give the video a like, leave a comment if it's helped you out as well, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Finally, I just wanted to say, if you guys are new to DJing and you don't know how to use these DJ decks properly, I've got a full course at beginnerdjlessons.com where I can teach you what every single knob on this DJ deck does. I can teach you how to DJ from the basics, not knowing anything at all, right up to advanced beat matching and everything you need to know to do your first DJ gig. Also, guys, if you were really interested in that stuff I was talking about at the end, where you can do a pitch bend and you can like build and create your own custom builds, you might be interested in actually creating your own dance music. If you are, I've also got a full course at Beginner Ableton Lessons where I can teach you everything you would need to know about creating your own dance music from scratch and creating chord beats that you could then take and DJ out to all your friends, or even at clubs or whatever you wanted to do. So there we go, guys, there's my two courses. I hope you liked the video. I'll see you next week. Ciao!